All right, all about love. Mic check 1, 2. Eep, 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 eep. I'm doing another name reading for someone awesome. Can you say your name and how you found me?
Yeah, do you want my full birth name or?
Yeah, you can give your full birth name and then how you found me. Yeah.
All right, cool. Paulo George Mora de Almeida. And I found you through, so you did a talk with, what's his name called now? The French guy, Truman.
And, yes. Yeah, Jonick.
Yeah, and you guys were spitballing quite a bit. And it was all to do with etymology. And then you kept sending you name readings and things like that. And it's just the way that, and you use numerology as well, I noticed a lot. So I came across you through that. And then you mentioned Francis Bonacci, who I've also like his work as well. So, and I'm curious about etymology. So I do a lot of reading and things like that. So that's how I came across you. That's how it all came together.
That's incredible. Well, first of all, you're in London. I get a lot of readings from London, so we'll blow your mind. I danced in Leeds with Northern Ballet Theatre in Leeds many years ago, okay? Yep. I also have friends at the Royal Ballet, right? That's your reptilian brain, royal bloodlines. See where I'm going?
Yeah.
So I also danced at Sadler's Wells in London, mate. Sadler's. Now, does a horse have a saddle, my brother?
Yes.
Now, we live in a sagittal plane. That's the most important astrology for our brain. That's the horse. That's the saddle of Sadler's Well. Wells, did we cry? Did the water break when someone gave birth to you and me? Mother Nature, not your mom or your dad made you. See where I'm going?
Mm-hmm.
Now, Almeida, media. Okay. Now, who is Medea? You know, Tyler Perry, this stuff?
Yes, yeah. Yep.
That's a medium. That's a psychic name. Right. That's someone who is able to be in the middle to hear both sides, good and bad. So that means you look like someone that could probably listen to a Crip or a Blood. Yeah, both sides. You have the ability. I can see by your look. You have a very strong. Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, yeah, that's one thing that I do quite a lot. So when I hear a conversation, and this is what, so I find a bit of a mismatch of personality type a lot of times. Somebody says something, I'll automatically look for the opposite side to it, even if it's controversial.
And you will get a lot of fire for that. Anyone that goes to their job and doesn't talk about race riots, coronavirus, and Trump, they're going to attack you. I got attacked recently because I haven't a damn opinion about animals. And this is what I feel about animals. They should get a protest, the same amount of energy that George Floyd gets, because 9 billion birds, we call our girlfriends birds, mate, don't we?
Yeah.
Now, I don't judge the diet, but animals are being sacrificed all the time and tortured, not honored. It'd be different if you had a shaman, you feel me, someone with like some sage and they're chanting. No, they're just chopping their heads off. So what I said to my friend was, I thought was my friend, hey, you're protesting now George Floyd because CNN told you. I'm all about burying a chicken breast in dirt and giving a funeral for all the animals that die. That's a protest. You see where I'm going every second.
Yeah.
And we conveniently protest for humans, not babies that get kidnapped or molested, or for domestic violence. I'm sure you've been through domestic violence, mate. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's astrology. So now your name equals 107, I believe. Make sure.
Yeah, it's on chart 107.
107, and I gave you the picture. Important. 107 is 8. Yeah. But in the middle of that number, you find 513. That's my name, JHE, in Chaldean or Middle Eastern. The middle now, Almeida. You and I were supposed to meet. See? The number.
Yeah.
Right. And you reached out. The number is what called you and me, not Jonick or Santos Bonacci, which was, of course, beautiful. Subconsciously, you and I are already in a vibration. But see, the elite, your queen, your 007 people. Okay, watch this. I forget what queen it was, but Elizabeth, one bitch. She had an astrologer called Sir John Dee.
Yes, yeah.
Sir John Dee is the DJ. It's DJ, letters, watch me cook. frequency. He spoke to, let's say, higher beings with the number 007. We have the 700 Club in America, mate, for religion, don't we? 700 or 7, some bullshit. You see where I'm going here?
Yeah.
So now I'm going to speed up to this. 108, 107 is 8. Now, this is how you can look at it. You can go to when you were a child and give me a memory. The memory is the astrology. A lot of folks struggle with these readings because they can't figure out what happened at 8 or a certain time. Does the number 8 or 107 could be 17? Take your time. Does it mean anything to you? Go ahead.
I mean, I can't remember. I don't remember.
It's okay. It's okay.
So when I think back to the point when I was 8 years old, there was a lot happened. Growing up, I went through a lot. There's a lot that I experienced growing up, and it's quite traumatic. So I think probably I've kind of buried a lot of things. When you say 1717, I can't remember anything specific as such, but if I look back, so when I was 17, I would have just left the army at that point, and I went to work in a garage. So I started what's it called, like a type apprenticeship type thing. And I remember having to face something as such, but it wasn't anything outside, more so something inside. So you said something about domestic abuse. Yeah. So I thought that was a bit like, where did you get that from? Because I've not suffered domestic abuse as an adult, but as a child I did.
Aha. So hold on. I'm going to help you see what that's very important what you just did there. You see, sometimes people divide with their memory. Like, watch this. I'll say, so I see this number 8 relates to a talent, artistic. And they'll say, oh, no, I'm not artistic. Oh, but I used to write poems when I was 2. But you just said you weren't. So you just said, confirming domestic violence, war. You came out of the army. Now, watch this. Has to deal with females. You have had to deal with some strong women. Am I right or wrong here?
You're right, yes.
Okay, yeah. My mother whooped my ass like a man and loved me like the most great woman and also beat the hell out of me. Military style. You better fucking give me 50, rah! And if you go and you kill them all, they give you a medal, but then they call you a piece of shit still. Like Henry Kissinger, your war guy of America, called all your Vietnam people dogs. You're a Secretary of State there. Yeah, called people like you, and my brother was a Marine, dogs. So, the number 8 deals with a female taming a lion. It's the strength card. Now, this could be flipped many ways. You're a good-looking guy, muscular. I'm assuming there might have been some beef over women or women having issues with you, stalking, I don't know, possession, possessive. Yeah. Talk to me.
Yeah, so when I was married, quite young. I was married for 10 years, and there was a lot of like what's what I'm looking for? Imagine spell casting going on. Not that I was involved in it, but used against me. So in the relationship that I was in order to, I could use the word tame as you used it in some ways. It's tame. It was to stop me from. How can you put it? It's almost like, imagine you don't want a dog to go out gallivanting almost, if that makes sense. So it was to keep me almost obedient in a certain place. So you're not going nowhere, you're staying here, you're going to stay with me, and this is how it is, kind of thing. Not that I knew it, because I only found out afterwards, but all of this had happened. And funny enough, so when that relationship broke up, because when I found out everything, when I say when I found out, I kind of know certain things, but, it's like, they say a frog, you can heat the water up with a frog in it, and the frog won't escape because it's gradual type of thing. So it's like there was sort of telltale signs that things aren't right. This woman's a bit too involved in certain things that I don't agree with, but I kind of let it go a little bit, because life's busy and we had kids and shit. But when I found out, and I say when I found out, when kind of like I accepted it as, well, this is what's going on, this isn't right, I got the hell out. Then I got into another relationship, and it wasn't the same relationship, but I was more or less in the same kind of situation. Do you see what I mean? And see, the problem is I found myself almost pandering a little bit. So where these women might have been a bit insecure, instead of acting in the manner and said, okay, well, that's your issue. Your insecurity is your issue. You've got to deal with that. I've not gone nowhere, done anything. Instead, I pandered a little bit. And so it was made me feel a bit trapped, in the sense of, okay, so when we're out, I won't look at this girl, I won't look that way because there's a pretty girl there and you might accuse me of. So rather than upset the status quo, let me not do that. You see, that's why now I'm single. And I've been quick to move into a relationship. I stood back a bit because I'm like, hold on a minute. And in a time where I met another girl, not long ago, last year, it was the same sort of thing. I found myself in the same situation really quickly as well. So I broke away really quickly. But the same situation where she's a bit like, you're not giving me enough time and attention. And all of a sudden, it's like now, my life, living it the way I like to live it, I'm feeling pressured now to have to adhere to somebody's insecurities again. So I quickly broke away.
Wow. Well, here's an amazing connection. I'm going to say Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Shiva Boom Om. Thank you for sharing that. That was an awesome expression of what a lot of men should be doing, is looking at their relationships and the behavior of the people they were having sex with. Because sex is a creative energy. See, it's our Father who art in heaven. Sex made you. The stars have it all day, but not like us. There is a conscious time and place for sex. The morning you get a yellow sun, the night you get a black one. It never changes. They stick to a program called A and B. Now, funny you're mentioning this. I've also had issues with women and attracting women that were possessive and controlling. The minute I got in, dress like this, be like that. Oh, I don't like you like that. I like you like this. Play that song gets my thing wet. R. Kelly, look at him now. Well, we know it's all a psyop and division, but look at R. Kelly and pedophilia and the drama now. But I was playing that to get her so-called ready to like me for me. So if she had an orgasm with me physically, who was she thinking of? Not me or you, maybe. See, women, I love women. They have been raped and badly beaten, but does not give them the right to overcompensate and use their vagina as a weapon. Right? Right? They're very good. They're very good at bottling it in. So this is all about women having to open and express themselves. Now, my ex-wife, I'll tell you quickly what turned her on. This is a black woman, so Black Lives Matter. Okay, watch this. What they're putting in their hair, it's called PHLATAES. I can't pronounce it. Phthalates or some shit. It causes cancer. It makes plastic flexible. That's what's in hair relaxer for all races. You feel me? This is a black woman. This is a black woman who will do this to her hair, risk her life. We watch True Blood. I'm a man of color, so-called. Now, I like all races, by the way. I like all races, but I just so happened to fall in love with a black woman at one point, and we married each other. No longer married. Now, she tells me we're watching True Blood. True Blood, the vampire shit on HBO about blood sucking. The one character she's most attracted to, relates to you, is the fucking shape-shifting werewolf, big white dude with a big chest, and he turns into a fucking wolf. And she told me that it turned her on. And it made me uncomfortable, bro. Not that I was like, I wasn't trying to be prudish. I was like, see, when I watch shit, I don't look at the chicks, and I could do that, bro. I could be like, damn, I want to bang that girl in that movie. And you know why I never did that? Isn't that funny how you can't flip that towards them? Yeah,
that's right, you can't.
So you are here to deal with women, I believe, who are victims and play victims, and because you're good at also being a man that can hear the other side and let a woman that wants to battle you work with you. Does this make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I think you should be around a lot of women who've been battered and confused, and talk to them and try to get them to feel you're an alpha male who's also very sensitive male, sounds like, right? Good. Okay, all right. So now we'll get into your astrology. Wonderful build. So your number 8 relates to these kinds of characteristics: authority and personal power, executive ability. Any business things you're looking into right now?
Well, I run my own business. I'm my business partner, run my own business.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's to do with finance. So it's in some ways it's not corporate as such, but it's it's within that whole banking sector type of thing.
So you're doing your own thing. You are your own executive power, aren't you?
Yeah.
So they have the word execute, right? When you have to go to the military, you have to execute how to hold that gun. But then execute also means to kill something, does it not?
Yeah.
So you're an executive. So watch, the words are important. You're in a corporate world. They trick you. You're smart. You said it's not really corporate. It's my own execution of giving life and not trying to take it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's right.
Right?
Because it's corporate and the finance industry is a cutthroat industry and it's not a nice one, but we look after our people. We don't do anything that's unscrupulous. Everything that we do is above board and we look after them.
Listen, I'm going to tell you this right now out of respect for England. Now, the Templar Knights have been misunderstood, mate. The Templar Knights were not all evil. So we should be very respectful to the knights that did go with swords and armor. I didn't know how to do that shit. I don't know bow and arrow shit. Okay, and all the catapult stuff, technology, that we can't do that shit today. The problem was they were led by sorcerers. They were led by people who, let's call them the dark side. Your Rothschilds have been around for a long time. It's basically a lion to our gazelle. We have to have a dark thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is this. Your Templars started the bank system to protect, hear me, to protect all the stuff they stole. But not just because they stole it. They realized, okay, we got some precious shit from Egypt. Let's see if we can feed the poor people a little bit and let's try to open up hospitals. The problem was, goddammit, they did not have a computer. They did not have the internet to research who the hell their lieutenant was.
Okay.
You feel me? Who was their captain? Right? I had one guy. Notice in history, it's always one name that sticks out. It's always a Benjamin Franklin, Abraham Lincoln, Queen Victoria. There were other queens and kings back then and other people. Why don't you know of any peasants, any famous peasants that did not have any money in history that did something? Isn't that ironic? Isn't it? People like you and me were back then, right? You and me were doing stuff. See where I'm going here? So the banking system was only meant to protect something precious and give back. Yes, they did do that, but they also were into Satan and the ritual shit, and it's a whole other story. So now your number 8 deals with karma. It is the north node of the moon. The north node of the moon. That's the high. That means that you're looking for a female with a high octave brain, or you want to attract a female who already knows who the hell she is. Does that make sense?
Yes, that's right. That's right, and who I can have intelligent conversations.
Yes, and don't settle for less. Even if she seems, listen, this is nothing personal, because there are people who are awake who aren't awake. And I've done readings for them, and I've been flirted with inappropriately by some women who say they're not lustful. It's been goddamn confusing. The most important thing, right, what single means, mate. Single means not that I'm looking for someone to have sex with only, and that I'm showing off my body. Single means, are you comfortable with being single? Right? Are you cool with number 1, right? You get up, you got a routine, you know what I'm saying? You dealt with your bullshit. Do you gossip during the day? Do you talk about the football game or fucking Netflix? Or do you talk about your goal, what you want to do, right? So we are attracting people who love pop culture and not the single me. My body, am I healthy? Am I a good fucking person? Woo! Good build. So now, your color here is silver. Does silver mean anything to you?
No, well, silver's, I don't know why, but silver's a color that I like. So when it comes to jewelry, so, I mean, this is silver. And this cross is silver. This is not real silver. This is the Om symbol. Yes, I don't know why I tend to like silver as jewelry, but in other words, I can't think of any other reason why silver comes up.
Let me tell you why silver comes up. Okay? I'm gonna blow your damn mind. So you went to the army, right?
Yep.
Your sergeant is Sagittarius. Did not tell you. Sagittal, woo, is the archer. Gave birth to your bullet. Silver bullet, they say. I'll slow it down for you, homeboy. That is Johann Sebastian Bach, BS. Biggie Smalls, Sandra Bullock's mate. Is it a female? The silver bullet is you, is your truth. Mercury, silver, the Messiah. Do you use your Mercury or do you get poisoned by it and then don't talk about it and say, well, the government said it's okay, so I'm only going to support that because the TV said it's cool. Oh, but wait a minute, but now TV saying George Floyd, so now I care about black people, but I'm fucking getting mercury inverted from all my fucking baby food. Fire. You feel me? Astrology is not the chart. It's the name, certain points in time, what was around you. Silver bullet means that you're here to also put down werewolves and vampires. You got a lot of people with a dark past trying to creep on you and bring you down a bit and kind of tempt you a little bit. Go into the pub culture, right? Or whatever it is to you, right? The alpha people are very seductive, right? We must be careful of them. Single, shh. When it's right, we take them in. Very good. Okay, cool. So now, how are you feeling about this reading so far?
Feeling good about it.
Awesome, mate. Okay. Your number... Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I'm having fun, so...
That's what I want, dude. And you're not confused. You're not like, Your number 8 deals with Leo, Neptune, and Mars. Do you know anything about your astrology at all?
Leo is opposite my sun sign, which is Aquarius.
Okay.
Neptune, and what's the other one you mentioned? Mars.
Yep.
So Mars is in my house of relationships, which typically would mean there'd be some kind of friction when it comes to relationships.
Yes.
Which I'm not that surprised at, because I know I've had certain friction in relationships, but then I suppose everybody has. But that's what I know about it. So I know a little bit about my chart. And it's Western astrology. I know, actually, it says Sagittarius. From Vedic astrology, my sign is Sagittarius.
Woo! Bless you for knowing your shit. Bless you for knowing doing your homework. Bless you, sir. I'm learning from you. Keep going.
Thank you. And also, Sagittarius is my North Node.
Woo!
My South Node is Gemini, North Node is Sagittarius.
Shit. Anyone who's a Sag who does not know what that means is very dangerous. Do you know how many Sages I have at my work that battle me? And they're good people, but they don't know astrology. So they get mad at me because I know their star body. They're not talking flesh. Their hippocampus is Neptune's chariot. You're speaking for Neptune, but in your octave. You are a god. They don't know this. So Sag is the hero in the Tropic of Capricorn. The only one holding it, ready to fight, I don't know, a low octave person that wants to take you out basically and run you through the goddamn ringer, but seem very beautiful while doing this shit. See where I'm going?
Yeah.
Now, in the strength card, it's a woman taming a lion. You have any mother issues?
Yes. Well, I don't feel like it's as much as it was, but yeah, definitely. So here's what I would say. I'd say this more so actually about my ex. So my ex, the one that... So I've got 4 children from 2 different relationships. Okay. So my son, from my last relationship, and I was with both women for 10 years as well. And so where was I?
About a woman and your ex.
That's it. Yeah. So what I found, actually, interestingly enough, was how much she reminded me of my mum. So she reminded me just of my mum. And it's certain things that she would do, and mum does them as well, constantly. So it'd be like, you know what? And I know it's more when we've broken up, and I started dealing with her, and from a different sort of viewpoint, I guess. Not being, because what it was is like dealing with her face to face was difficult because I'd still lust for her. So actually, not having her near me was good. And I started noticing they had very, very similar actions. And so one of the things I've been doing over the past 6 months to a year is looking at that relationship with my mum and thinking how it must relate to previous relationships I had with certain women that I've been with. So I started looking back at them and seeing similarities between them and my mum. So I probably do have mother issues to deal with still, but it is something I'm conscious of that I've been looking at. That actually, do you know what? And I know, so I look at her now a bit differently, in the sense that I understand that she's a person like I'm a person. Now I've got 4 children as well, so I understand that she was doing her best. So at certain points I might have been a bit, I don't know, bitter if you like, over certain things in the past, growing up and stuff like that. So now I start looking at differently and processing differently. And so I'm dealing with her differently now. So when I deal with her, it's more in a way where even if she does something that's quite upsetting, because parents can trigger you. You know, they say, you know, if you think that you're, if you think that you've dealt with your issues and stuff, spend some time with your parents and they'll soon show you what your issues are. So I felt like I had a lot of that going on with her. Whereas now it's not so much. So even if something does come up, so for example, where I know that she can be pedantic about something, now I'm a lot more conscious of it, and I'll make sure that things are a certain way, so she doesn't have to feel like I'm not listening to her or paying her any mind and so forth. But at the same time, don't get it twisted, I don't do it under her terms and conditions now, whereby I'm running around and beating myself up over it. So now it's like, for example, you know, if I know that if I go and have a drink and I put it in the side, she doesn't like it, then what I'll do is I'll make sure that I clean that cup. But it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to do it there and then. But if I put it down and let her know, I'll be like, oh, look, I'll sort that out in a minute. Don't worry about it. Do you see what I mean? So okay. I'm working the relationship in that way.
Good. Wonderful. Well, I'll tell you this, man. The number 8 deals with the son. You mentioned a son. Your son is important in this.
Yeah.
Because children get a lot of gossip in their ear when parents are split every year. You go home, that child gets a different version of you. They go to your house, they get a different version of your goddamn wife or ex or what. You see where I'm going here?
Yeah.
That's Freemasonry. People don't understand. We're living in it. That's black and white. Who did this to us? It's not to make it doom and gloom. You can still make it work if you're apart. You want to try to work with the people that birth your children if you can, but don't take shit if they're violent. Do what you need to do. In the Mahabharata of India, heads get chopped off when they go too far, bro. You feel me? I'm not violent, but I'll be damned if I get killed by McDonald's kindness.
Yeah.
Right? That food is really tasty, but will kill you, won't it?
Yeah.
Like that hot girl. Woo! Right? She seemed nails done, you feel me? Talk that shit, you know what I mean? Had similar interests. She knew some of the football players you knew. The thing got wet, but then fucking it was poisonous and she was fucking someone else. They don't go there. Now, men do their dirt, but women, the new day. Women, you got to come clean. I've been with a lot of females that were sneaky. Leo, like your number here, Leos are they're cats. My ex-wife was talking to a librarian who had a damn child married behind my back the whole damn time, inappropriately. You feel me? The whole time. And got mad at me for watching porn once in a while and leaving the bedroom to watch porn when she's talking to a physical person with porn with them. She's a victim, not me, right? You see where I'm going here?
Yeah.
Now, woo! I want you to do me a favor, mate. I want you to type in the letters PJMDA if you can on your computer. PJMDA. Type it in.
Yep. PJMDA. Yep.
You see planes and shit?
Some videos that come up.
Pardon me?
PJADM aviation photos and jet photos.
Now, why am I doing that? PJMDA are the letters of your damn name. You see what I'm doing here now?
Yes, they are.
Aha, sir. Excuse me. So I might be speaking to a past air pilot. You might have been in World War II flying some shit. You might have been one of the good soldiers who might have changed their mind. Yeah, kind of maybe there's other people that woke up. See where I'm going? You're in the Army. Anything to do with aviation, talk to me. There's something with jets and planes and shit.
I don't know. Aviation.
Do you have a fear of heights? Do you have a fear of flying?
No, I don't have a fear of flying, actually, funny enough. I've never had a fear of flying. Because once I'm in a plane, I'm not in control. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. I mean, I wanted to join when I was in the army. I was in the guards, and I didn't get on so well with the guards because I wasn't born in England, so I'm not English. People know that I'm not English, and there's a lot of racism going on there. And funny enough, it was I was going to join the parachute regiment. When I was there, I was going to transfer across because we was in the same depot as the junior para regiment, and I was 16 years old. And what it was is they said to me, look, join junior para because all you have to be is fit. You're not going to get the same shit as you would with the guards. So there's that. And then so there was a point when actually I wanted to jump out of the plane and do a parachute jump and stuff, but I didn't do it. And when I was a kid, there was one point when I was a kid that I wanted to be an airline pilot.
Okay, hold on. Listen to me very carefully, my man. You just summed up the whole point of the reading. I'm very different. No one taught me this. I speak your language. So here's what happened again. You kind of said, nah, aviation doesn't relate to me. And you just said things that have to deal with aviation and flight. Yes or no? That deal with your youth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, yeah, I did.
Okay. Now here's how you and I relate, brother. This is all about unity. You're a bit lighter skinned than me, right? But am I going to look at you and class you? Black people, by the way, do that. Oh, you're light skinned, right? You're not really black. You're lucky. I was called a nigga still, and I got white girls afraid I'm going to rape them or take their purse too. Okay. When I saw Superman on TV, he was flying. That's how I got into ballet, mate. Oh, wait a minute. Hopefully you can see this on a license plate in one of my photos. Okay, so this is pretty cool. So as I told you, I'm a ballet dancer. Okay, I was with the National Ballet of Canada. I was in Toronto because of racism in America. They told me do African dance. So thank you to Canada for trying. But there was racism there too. So here's a photo of me and I'm jumping. You see that?
Yeah.
Okay, so now this car right here, there's a car in the corner of the screen. It says fly. Let me see if I can show it to you. You see FLY there?
Yeah, I can just about see it.
Yeah. And so now let's go back. You see me jumping, right?
Yeah.
And and your letters relate to flight. So maybe there's something you should go back and look into. Hang gliding. Here, watch this. I'm Professor X. I walk on my hands, not to be cute. Go to my YouTube. I'm walking backwards down here. I'm doing shit that I shouldn't be able to do with arthritis. I have shoulder surgeries. I have the worst arthritis anyone could imagine. I don't complain about it. I am getting ready for physical combat so that when they come, whoever they are, demons, even my neighbor, because your neighbor will kill you if you don't vote right with them.
Yeah, that's right.
They will. I mean, you know what I mean? Let's just be real. So now I'm going to tell you, you're the first reading. I'm going to encourage you to get into your superpower. How can you, bow and arrow, hand glider? We might need someone that can fly, right? And kind of be aware of how to look down on like a bird, right? Maybe that's something you can get into. It's not pressuring you to do that. I'm just telling you, Your name speaks about being around a high level, being up on a mountain or some shit, looking down. You're very good at looking down and seeing everything. This makes sense?
Yeah.
You'd be a good sniper. Very good sniper. Very good. You good at aiming and shit?
I don't own a gun or shoot or anything, but other than when I was in the army.
Have you tried though? Did you have an ability to sort of be accurate?
I felt like I did. But that was such a long time ago. It's a long time ago.
There's no time. There's no such thing as time. It was not a long time ago. I just told you, my number 513 is in your name, bro. You and I are living past lives right now through each other. You and I are catching up. You and I know each other. We were in an army. It might have been Templar Knights. I might have been Turkish. You might have been white. You see where I'm going here?
Yeah.
It wasn't a long time ago. So you said, confirm, because I only have about a few minutes left in this recorder, you were at some point when you were young able to aim and shoot.
Yeah, so I remember I did do some shooting when I was younger. Good. I did. I can't say I was amazing at it, though. I remember sometimes being quite good and other times being way off.
Doesn't matter. What I'm saying is we have to get to the target, right? The target of our memories, the point. When I aim something, what's the point? I say I did that. Doesn't matter if you were good or bad at it. You said, yeah, I did that. I achieved it. Because someone's going to come and say, well, I shot even better than your bullseye. I got an eagle eye. I made something. You see where I'm going here?
Yeah.
Right? Look at all your veterans, brother. When they come back to England or America, do they get respect really from young people playing trap music? And no, they're like, fuck you, mate. Like video games and pussy.
Yeah.
So you were also meant to speak to young people. Youth centers, young ladies specifically, you'd be very good with. Angry, been to jail, young women would love you, I feel, would listen to you.
Okay.
So that's my reading there for you. And I will give you some things to get. So your rune is U-R-U-Z. The rune is an Irish term for stones. It means to find your true strength.
U-R-U-Z.
Oh, pardon me. Yeah. U-R-U-Z. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. It means to find your true strength. Yeah, sorry. To find your true strengths, you must first face your weaknesses.
Okay.
So that would be lust and temptation. Of course, because you have the look. You have this muscle body. You have an aura. It's not that's stereotyping you. It's that some people have a body that goes a certain way, but do you know what it is? You know what I mean? Or are we trying to be a player and have all these children, don't take care of it, and the child becomes a gangbanger or a rapist, both genders? The fuck, man? So, I mean, George Floyd, really? How many English people, how many friends that you've known suicides or died of something, and there's no camera for them, right?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Sure. You've seen death. There was no one there to protest for your pain, was there?
No.
It's fucked up. So I'm just saying we should have respect all life. So your corresponding letter is U. Does the letter U mean anything to you?
U, not off the top of my head.
Okay. Well, it's a uterus. You came out of one. So maybe, is your mom still alive?
Yes, yeah, she is.
Try to have another conversation with her about some stuff. I'm just going to leave it open. Just,
okay.
Yeah. That will help you with the other females that are still kind of lurking with the children and the drama, because there's going to be drama always. Yeah. So we know that. So your colors are dark green and yellow. Get those colors.
Dark green and yellow.
Your herb is S-P-H-A-G-N-U-M. Sphagnum moss. M-O-S-S. Yeah.
Can you spell it again?
Yeah. S-P-H.
Yeah.
A-G-N-U-M.
Sphagnum moss.
Sphagnum moss.
Cool.
Your gemstone is carbuncle. C-A-R, like your automobile. Bunkle. Any issues with an uncle or car accidents?
Uncle. So growing up, so my dad died when I was quite young, about 12. Growing up, my uncle was there. But actually, I didn't really get on that well with him. But he's quite a prominent figure in the sense that he was the only other male figure that was there growing up who was family. I'm an uncle now. I like to consider myself a good uncle.
Bless you.
Thank you.
All right, man. Great. That's great. I only have a few more minutes. Yeah, that was great. I'm just confirming that this is an ancient tarot from thousands of years ago that still personally relates and connects all genders and races. Yes or no?
Yeah.
That's why I do this. Okay, so your tree is a birch tree, birch. So you want to get your colors, your gemstone. You want to bring maybe your child with you, and maybe learn Hare Krishna mantra.
Yeah, I know the Hare Krishna mantra.
Perfect. Chant that every day to your plants. Anything you walk by, we see an animal, it understands you. I have birds following me because I do shit like this. I feed them breadcrumbs. I put it in my mouth first. I put my DNA, my saliva, so that when they eat it, now they're sharing space with, they're still kind of like not trusting, because I mean, I've done a lot of animal killing by eating it. But now they fly right next to me and they are, for seconds, right by me. Like just chilling. And then they fly away. You see what I'm trying to say? A lot of humans don't even have anything near them that's an animal at all. Unless it's a dog on a leash, which is slavery.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Like I understand it seems cute. Your dog does not know what a leash is, a sweater, a latte. They're giving their dogs a French beret.
Yeah.
Right? Did you ever ask your dog, is it like that? Like, mate, how many situations you've been in where someone said, hey, bro, I'll pay you this if you do something like this that you didn't agree with. And you were like, I'm not going to do that, right? I mean, you've been through shit like that. Be like, yo, I mean, I'm horny or I'm desperate for money, but I won't do that, right?
Yeah.
The dog's going to say this. The dog will say, well, if I could speak English, personally, I don't like no goddamn sweaters. My name is not Toby. I don't even associate as a female or a male. In case you were wondering, the LGBTQ. I have to call you they, it, goat, but you call your damn female cat Jennifer. What if the cat is a John in its own mind? Woo! Fuck around here. Now, with the last few minutes, is there anything you want to say to young people or anyone or just in general?
No, but I was going to say, you said you had arthritis. Borax is supposed to be excellent for arthritis.
Bless you, dude. My store has everything but that. And my Rosalind Hanson, a urine therapist, who you'll love her. I'll send you a request for her. She saved my life. Enema flushes because of her. Get an enema flush, bro.
Enema flush.
You must, yeah. Changing your diet is not enough at all. You have so much stuff from the past that's just waiting to kill you. Even if you're a vegan, hi vegans, enema flush, get an enema kit. It's cheap. Don't be homophobic.
Okay.
It's your Uranus. It's your colonist. Colon cancer. A lot of your buddies are going to get that from drinking whiskey.
Okay.
Woo! Yeah, hard liquor. Colon. They shit blood. They know that. Poor things.
Right.
But they know David Beckham and what he scored, and so you see where I'm going?
Yeah.
Cool. So I'll stop it there and thank you again, Hare Krishna. And